So you woke up this morning and you made a series of choices. You chose your breakfast, you picked your clothes, what you're gonna wear, probably some things in between, and then you decided to click on this video at some point. What if I told you the majority of choices that you make is actually a pre-programmed response to a trigger that you don't even notice? The truth is, and we hate to have missed this, you are a set of predictable chemical triggers that are being pulled on by companies every single day. We call this the marketing matrix. It's the invisible architecture of your everyday life. And once you see the threads, you can never go back to being a normal customer or even a normal business owner. So let's look at the first hour of your day. Your phone vibrates, it gives you that ping, and all of a sudden you pull it out, you start looking at your notifications. And that specific ping is not a random sound. It's the same style as the slot machine's wind chime. It's a certain frequency that your brain finds pleasurable. These short, bright, harmonic sounds with no decay triggers a microdose of dopamine. That's before you've even woken up and had your morning coffee. Then if you're like me, you go to your local coffee shop. You think you're going to look for good coffee, although what you're really doing is looking for the coffee shop with the biggest queue. You see the big queue, social proof hits in, you think, yep, this is the one for me. If you go past the coffee shop that's empty, you feel this subconscious threat response. Then you go up to order and you see 3 different prices on your coffee. Why is there a large for $5.50 and a medium for $5.20? It's not because the milk costs 30 cents more, it's a pricing decoy. The medium exists solely to make the large look like a bargain. You didn't choose the large, you were mathematically cornered into it. Then later in the supermarket you need to get some milk, but the milk isn't the first thing you see when you walk in. You have to go through a little maze of aisles to get to the milk, and you might think it's refrigeration logistics. They place it in a place that's more energy efficient. When in reality what's happening is it's very similar to a hostage situation. In 1956, an architect named Victor Gruen realized that if you intentionally disorient a shopper, the rational brain close enough to shuts off. And this is called the Gruen Effect. By making you walk past 5 aisles of limited time offers and then these brightly colored impulse buys, your brain enters this sort of hypnotic state. Your heart rate slows, your pupils dilate, and then that budget filter that you had walking in there starts to slowly fade away. By the time you reach the milk, you've already picked up $30 of stuff that you didn't need to. And again, you didn't shop, you were harvested into this. Here's where it's going to get uncomfortable but extremely beneficial to your business. Most business owners hate the idea of manipulation. They want to be honest and they want to be helpful. But we have to understand that the brain works off heuristics. A heuristic is just a fancy word for a rule or a piece of information that is used in enabling problem solving. And all of the big 9 and 10 figure brands, they're already using this stuff. The businesses that struggle are the ones that leave everything to free will. They have a boring website, a completely open calendar, and what they call a fair price. And then they think that the quality of their work will save them. Well, it won't. The businesses that dominate are the ones that understand these invisible threads. They understand that the price that you show isn't always just a number, it's an anchor. And that unlimited availability in the mind of the consumer makes them worried.